the differences between inbound and outbound marketing and where you should be focusing your specific energy. So let's first talk about inbound marketing. That's what Expand Lab does, is really focused a lot on inbound marketing, right? Content. Okay. So anything that you're creating for social media, I'm talking LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, we're generating content. You're showing up online, you're creating content, maybe even running ads, but still wondering, why aren't people buying? Most entrepreneurs don't know the difference between inbound and outbound marketing, and it's costing them time, energy, and money. Today, we're going to be talking about the difference between inbound marketing and outbound marketing and where you should be focusing your energy in your business. Okay, so I feel super excited to talk about this topic today. I have been running my content agency for nearly 3 years. I actually just hit my 3-year mark of where I left my corporate job and started my own business. So, yay, we're cheering that on. But I have learned a lot along the way when it comes to marketing your business and helping other business owners market their own businesses. And I want to share the differences between inbound and outbound marketing and where you should be focusing your specific energy. So let's first talk about inbound marketing. That's what Expand Lab does, is really focused a lot on inbound marketing, right? Content. Okay. So anything that you're creating for social media, I'm talking LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, we're generating content, right? So people can view the content and then come to us. So I want you to think about inbound marketing as anytime anyone comes to you, right? The goal would be that we just create stuff out there in the world and people come to us, people are attracted to us, and they come inquire about whatever our service is, right? So you could think SEO, right? Let's think maybe you have a website and you're generating blogs or a newsletter. People are out there searching and then they come to your website because of SEO, right? They somehow landed on one of your articles and now they're inquiring more information, right? Let's talk about lead magnets, right? You put out a free resource in the form of a content, people inquire about the free resource and they're coming to you. Okay, YouTube, what you're looking at here. I may say an offer and you're watching this video and you're coming to me because you're interested in working with me. Podcast, IG, right? It goes on. So inbound marketing is when people are consuming something, right, in their world and they are inquiring more information, right? Inbound marketing focuses on attraction. So let's talk about what outbound marketing is. So the business owner is going out there and going to something, right? So we're talking our cold calling, our cold DMs, email outreach, right? Pitching to other business owners for collabs, LinkedIn outreaches, right? You're going out there, you're taking an action outbound, right? The business is here, I'm going out and I'm putting out all these feelers and marketing myself in that way, right? It's really focused on action. So the reason why I want to note this important distinction is because business owners often only default to inbound, especially if you're shy or afraid of rejection, right? Because that's just what people know. People know that they need to create content. Like in this day and age, people are familiar with creating content, showing up on social media. People aren't as much of experts when it comes to the outbound side. But I've noticed in my own experience in my business that outbound marketing is actually a faster, more efficient way to gain traction in your business rather than just organically waiting for people to come to you. So I'm all about taking action. I'm all about getting results in my business and for my clients. So I'm starting to incorporate more outbound marketing strategies to help hit my goals in my business and my clients' goals quicker. Now, that doesn't mean that we should throw out all of the inbound strategies that we've implemented this far, because the inbound strategies lay the foundation of what the outbound results will need, right? So if we are out there and we're cold calling, we're doing our outbound marketing, and we're getting all of these amazing leads, they're going to want to go somewhere, a landing page, right, to see that you are a credible source in that specific industry, right? So that's why it's great to have a social media built up, right? An Instagram, or a full-on website, or credibility on LinkedIn, right? Because people are going to want to see that you are a credible source. So they'll go to your website and see that you have a great website, hopefully, and then go to your Instagram and see that you have content, right? So they can learn a little bit more about you. So why is it important to know the difference between these two for your specific business? Because you may be missing some of your goals if you're only focusing on one aspect of marketing in your business, right? If you feel yourself, your wheels have been turning for years and you just feel like I can't quite figure out how to land new clients in my business, right? That might mean that you're only focusing on one side of the marketing strategy and you need to put some attention and effort into the other side. So that was me for a majority of the time that I have run my business, was focusing on only inbound marketing. And when I started focusing on outbound marketing, it became this new level of like sovereignty in my business. And I gained this new level of confidence to know, like, oh my gosh, like I actually have unlimited potential clients out there. It's just about me getting in front of them. Like a lot of times when we're focused on inbound marketing, we're just hoping and praying that we get a good run in the algorithm and that people see our content. We're just hoping that our content gets in front of those people, right? We can use strategies like trending sounds and SEO and X, Y, and Z, and collaborating and all of those things, and really hoping that people see and they want to inquire, right? We can have the best script in the world, we can have the best headline, we can have the best caption, but like end of the day, we are relying on the algorithm, something outside of ourselves, to hopefully push the content, to get that in front of people, to hopefully book a call, to hopefully have them want to inquire, right? Information about our business. But the reason why I'm so jazzed right now about outbound marketing is because we get to take our destiny into our own hands and go out there and find the clients and pitch them and bring them through a system that makes them want to buy. So outbound marketing strategies that I'm currently trying out in my business is cold calling. Now, I know a lot of people find cold calling to be very scary. It's scary to get rejected, right? In any scenario. But when your livelihood is on the line, it's like that fear can just get pushed out the window. You can even create a fake persona if that makes you feel better. You could say, "Hi, my name's Jessica. I'm calling from Expand Labs." They don't know, they don't know that I'm actually the owner of Expand Lab. For all they know, it's just a VA that I hired to do cold calling. But by having this process of cold calling, I'm able to have conversations with so many more people than I normally would, right? The reason why cold calling, when it comes to outbound marketing, I think works so well, right? And there's all of these sales companies that are making millions off of having a cold calling strategy, is because you're getting that person on the phone. You're able to have a moment where you're sharing all of the value that you're really going to give and provide to them, right? Compared to just sending an email, right? I get hundreds of emails a day, not hundreds, but hundreds of emails every month, like pitching people to come on my podcast, asking people if they want to do, if I need help on my website, asking if I'm looking for a VA. Like I get tons and tons and tons of cold emails. I'm like, how the hell are these people even getting my email address, by the way, which is annoying. But I constantly am getting emails. And do I respond to any of them? No. Actually, there was one today that came through because I need to do my taxes still. Don't tell the IRS. But there was someone that reached out to me that's like, "Do you need help with your taxes?" And I like for a millisecond was like, maybe. Oh, maybe should I reach out to that person and see what they have? So it's like if that like service is not specifically on my mind, the cold emailing is not going to work for me. Like I constantly am getting pitched podcasts. I hate when I get those emails. It's like, I clearly know you're putting this through chat GPT and like making the most generic, like I know you didn't even listen to the podcast. So like just getting those types of cold emails are a little bit irritating to me, but it's just different when you're on the phone, you're able to have a conversation with someone, express why you want to help them, right? Right now, I'm doing cold calling for the course side of my business. So I help experts in the health and wellness space launch virtual courses online. And so I'm in this moment in time where I'm out there and researching health and wellness businesses who have in-person training companies, and I'm cold calling them and saying like, hey, a lot of businesses are moving from brick and mortar to the virtual space. Is that something that you're interested in doing on your training? Your in-person trainings? Have you thought about making that training virtual at a lower cost so you can then reach more people? Right. So it's I have like a benefit that I'm driving that's going to benefit me, obviously, if they say yes and they want to work with me, but it's going to benefit them too. They're going to maybe save time and money on the physical space, and they are going to make more money being able to sell something passively online. So coming from that benefit perspective of when you are cold calling somebody, that can really get people excited of like, oh, there actually is something in it for me, right? Oh, I can save money. Oh, I can make more money. Oh, I can save time, right? So, and also like there's just this new layer of cold calling, new value in cold calling, which is being able to show your personality and have a conversation with a real human, right? When you're sending a cold email, it's so flat, right? You can't see what they look like. You can't read body language. You can't hear tonalities in your voice, right? So that is why I am loving cold calling and just developing an outbound marketing strategy for myself. So if you are in this position where you find yourself that you've been focused majority on inbound marketing and you want to focus more on outbound marketing, I encourage you to think about this. If you're a service business, if you are a coach, if you are a consultant, think about first focusing on niching down specifically in a specific industry that you're focused in, like niching down even further and going after that group of people, right? So for example, me, if I want to help people in the health and wellness industry, I'm going to niche down specifically into, this is just coming to mind, but like, let's say lymphatic drainage. I don't know, maybe people on this watching this don't really know what that is. So let's do something different. Let's do a very common idea, which is like, okay, you guys know like the liquid IV, the IV that you like get, into your arm. Let's do this. Let's say that there's a training company that teaches nurse practitioners how to start their own IV drip company. Okay. You see how specific that is? That makes it really easy for me to go look up those types of training companies. I know that they exist, right? There are businesses who are teaching other people to have their own IV drip company. So for me, it would start with carving out my week and dedicating time each day to commit to this outbound marketing strategy, right? So Monday, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go research 20 training companies that do specifically that, right? I'm going to find their website. I'm going to go look at their social. I'm going to go find their phone number, their email, X, Y, and Z, right? And I'm going to get some information and I'm going to add it to a spreadsheet and I'm going to go through and I'm going to find a ton of companies that do that on Monday. Okay. And then Tuesday, I'm going to maybe do some research, maybe gather some information, see where they're at, see if they have an online course already, see if they have an in-person training, learn some information about the different companies so I can come and show up on the cold call with information like ready to like kill it and like make sure that I'm presenting value to them. Wednesday, during my time allotted, I'm going to go cold call. I'm going to get my energy right. I'm going to have a cup of coffee. I'm going to make a good experience out of it. And I'm going to call them and I'm going to iterate in each session that I have a cold call and see like what went well, what didn't go well, what made someone say yes to have an additional call with me, what maybe made someone say no. How can I improve the script each time? Like building a well-oiled machine, right? So I'm cold calling on Wednesday. I'm cold calling on Thursday. I'm following up on Friday, right? So It's developing out your own structure and strategy for outbound marketing that's going to really work for you and your business and help you get more clients. Okay. So, end of the day, what I want for you is to be successful in your business. I want you to have unlimited clients so you no longer have to work in your business. You get to work on your business. You get to hire somebody to do all of the things in your business because that's my goal. And I hope that that is the goal for you. And so, with these videos that I make on this channel, it's all about helping you create that true freedom in your life and in your business through strategies like this, leveraging content and marketing to hit that freedom that you truly, truly desire. So, if you do not have an outbound marketing strategy, I encourage you to take notes while you watch this video and explore how you can implement some of these systems in your business to help bring those clients in. And truly, I would not give up on inbound and outbound marketing until you're at a place where you get to hire people in your business. Like, make this the main focus of getting new clients, handing clients off to your team, and just making this a well-oiled machine until you become an expert and you no longer need new clients. If you ever get to a point where you don't need new clients, right? But until then, keep improving your inbound and outbound marketing strategies. And I hope this was helpful. If you guys want help on how to develop a specific outbound marketing strategy for your specific business, you can reach out to me on Instagram at The Expand Lab. Send me a DM and say outbound marketing, and we will set up a free call for you to become an expert in this and really lock in those new clients in your business. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you next time, and have a good day. Bye.